Welcome back to Sports Zone on Joy Prime. My name is Fentio Tahir Fentio. Once again, like I said, the Premier League with familiar storylines. Liverpool made to work hard. Man City dominant. Questions being asked about Chelsea and Arsenal. Again, laying down what many believe would be the marker for what should be a successful season. We'll get into all of that. And to help me do that tonight, the two best analysts in the business, Christopher Philip Achrim and Daniel Cranston. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
The Premier League is back. Yeah. How excited are you that it's back?
Well, very exciting. Keeps the weekend captivating.
Yeah.
You look forward to the weekend. You see lovely games. You have the banter has started on social media.
Boy.
Yeah, it's good to have it back.
Oh boy.
This year, there's no banter for me. I'll just enjoy football.
You just enjoy. You see anything.
I'll just not be part of the banter. Like, I'll say what I have to say, but...
Across board or class specific?
Across board, I think.
Oh, what are you doing?
The older you get, the calmer you get. I know the hair finish you. I'm not a small boy anymore. I don't get anything.
Listen, last week Danny K had quite the show here. He was demonstrating how Baleba would fit into the Man U starting lineup.
Bro, that thing went viral, man.
Only 2 days later, Fabrizio said, and everybody else said, everyone says,
It ain't happening.
It is not going to happen. Baleba will not be going to Manchester United. It doesn't even matter how much Man United are willing to pay. Baleba is not going to Man United. I don't think Danike factored that into his analysis last week. And now you shock.
No. You see, the people who watch this show are very discerning.
Yes.
You asked me a direct question.
Yes.
How would Baleba fit into the Man U lineup?
Yeah.
Which caused me to do that. I didn't say Baleba was bang on coming.
Yeah.
You said Baleba. You said Baleba.
Spun the thing.
You
have this guy.
Me, I spun the thing.
You asked me a direct question.
This guy.
How would Baleba fit into the Man
guy.
United team? You said, is he the key? Is he the final jig in the puzzle? How would he fit? And I told you, give me the... If I started you started providing me with tools. Tools to do it. You could have encouraged me to go to the board. You started handing me bottles to do the thing. I finished. You are spinning the thing. Like I said that. But it's cool. It's cool. I know you, so...
When he was doing the analysis, I mentioned that he has another midfielder, Kobe Manu. You know what? Do you remember what his response was when I said Kobe Manu?
What did he say?
Onyade.
I didn't say that.
What did you say?
I said Jaisa.
That's right.
Because I had made.
I remember that.
I had given specific attributes. I said Man United needed an athletic midfielder.
And I said
then
Kobe
you said
Manu.
and I said the guy is not athletic.
Okay.
You see this guy?
You see, so Baleba no.
You are just happy the boy is not coming. So say you are happy that Baleba is not coming. That's fine.
Is that the end though?
That's not.
How man you sign another player?
He's not the only athletic midfielder in the world.
Who else is available?
There are plenty. We are still discussing.
Like who?
It will come before the...
I mean, you've heard other names, right?
Well, no, maybe.
United have stopped looking.
No, I don't think they've stopped looking, but they'll sign players who they think...
I have a list.
It's a good fit.
Please. Another...
Hey, keep your bottles. Keep your bottles. I have a list, and I've sent it to Amorim. But there's Manu Kone on my list. There's Lamine Camara on my list.
That Senegalese boy?
Yes, one of those two must come home. And for Lamine Camara, by October, Pogba is back into that Monaco midfield.
To kick him out.
Partnering Dennis Zakaria. So they'll need to find a new position for him. So he should come home before he loses his position.
You found a new athletic midfielder?
Oh, quick. You know me, I'm a top scout. So I know how to do it.
So when is he coming? We still have about a fortnight left in the transfer window.
You see this guy? I said Baleba or a Baleba-like player. But you is fine.
All right, so the Premier League is back with familiar storylines as always. On Friday night, Liverpool and Bournemouth treated us to a spectacular game, obviously marred by issues of racist abuse. We'll get into those issues because they are as important as the game itself. First, though, let's look at how it all went down on Friday night at Anfield when Anton Semenyo and the Bournemouth lads came to town. Oh my God, Mohamed Salah, he just simply doesn't know how to stay out of the headlines. What a game, 4-2 victory for Liverpool. And the headlines obviously were around this performance of a certain Ghanian called Antoine Semenyo. We'll get into the Liverpool game, the Liverpool players and their performances itself, Ekitike. Quite a number of headline stealers actually from this game. But Antoine Semenyo, what a game.
Yeah, brilliant game he had. Unfortunately, to be on the losing side, of course, it's Anfield. It's always tough on the first day of the Premier League, or first game at Anfield for Liverpool. Whoever goes there is going to have it tough. But Semenyo has consistently improved since coming into the Premier League. He has become a better player. Now he looks like a proper Premier League player. And we know Liverpool were looking at him in the summer, in the transfer window before he started this deal with Bournemouth. You wonder if the Liverpool bosses, having seen him display like that at Anfield, will be asking if they didn't act, early enough. But that is who he is, Semenyo. It gives you all kinds of goals, and he's become a proper Premier League forward now. Very powerful with his runs. I mean, when he gets into the box, he can score as well. I really love his first goal. His first goal, the second goal is special, obviously, because he's making that run down the middle against Konate and Van Dijk, and in the end finds the bottom corner. Alisson is left rooted to a spot. But I like the first goal because of the run he makes. Because once the ball goes into the other side of the wide area, you can't be lazy. You have to show the desire, the hunger to want to get into that position. And it's running from one side of the pitch, from one wing, and coming into the box, into a striker's position, and arrive on time and apply the finish as well. Yeah. That, for me, is a really difficult goal because not too many things are under your control. The second goal is special, but a lot of things that happened in that second goal was under his control. But the first goal, the second goal, brilliant goal. So his quality has never been in doubt. What a game he had. Only marred by one act of stupidity from a fan who threw him.
We'll get into that, but look at that. 2 shots, 2 goals, XG of 0.89, converted 2 goals. That is overperforming his XG. Absolutely wonderful performance. Somebody asked the question that we cannot have these sorts of performances from Ghanaian players and not be at the AFCON. A Nigerian did a video and it's like, he can't believe that we've got these kinds of players and still are not going to be at the AFCON. But quite simply, and this wasn't the best Bournemouth team on paper. Yeah. They've lost quite a number of players. They didn't even get a result from the game, and yet a lot of people are giving them a lot of credit for their performance.
Yes, because it's how they lost. How they lost, it is fine margins. And for me, that's where big teams like Liverpool will be happy they have some of these this star power, because they can come up with the goods when it matters most. You may not have the perfect tactical performance, but you still have the magicians who can spring up and get you the 3 points. So that's where you have to give credit to Bournemouth. And it's not just about the fact that they came down from two goals down. But for me, even before they went down, they still looked like they could find spaces within the Liverpool defense. And it's a bit problematic from a Liverpool point of view, because Bournemouth have lost a lot of players from last season. They've lost 4 of their back 5 last season. The goalkeeper, the left back, the right back, and the centre back. Yeah. And
now 2 of the centre backs.
2 centre backs.
So the entire back 5 is gone.
PSG.
Sabani is gone. Hansen is gone. Milos Kerkish.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
So
Kepa is gone.
Kepa is also gone. So when you look at that, and I'm looking at the fullbacks, last season, Zabani and Kerkes were a huge part of the attacking play. And that has taken a lot out of it. But they still managed not just to defend well, because you look at the Ekitike goal, it was, for me, a stroke of luck. Yes, Ekitike, from a forward point of view, you have to make that run, you have to force the issue. But it ricocheted and he got a good bounce and a lucky break and he scored. The second one was a bit too easy from Gakpo, but I'll give that more to Gakpo than the Bournemouth defense. But they looked like the same outfit from last season. Yeah. And that's also credit to the coach. Mm-hmm. And to have the character to believe you are 2-0 down at Anfield and believe you can actually come back. That's a real credit to them. And for Semenyo, look, that second goal, for me, when a player signs an extension like that, that shocks everybody. We all thought he was ready for the big break. And then he shocks everybody by signing an extension. That sort of performance it makes me understand why. Yeah. He's now the man. Yeah. He's the go-to man in that Bournemouth team. Because I remember we were watching it, I was on air, I was reading the news and I was watching the game. And as he kept on approaching the box, I was like, just pass it. There were two options on his left-hand side. But that's the audacity of somebody who knows that he's in control and shifted the ball onto his left foot just to allow that split-second movement from Konate to create the space and then hammered it into the bottom corner. Super goal from him.
Brilliant. I want us to talk about the performances of some new signings. Ekitike, that's now 2 goals in 2 for him. He also scored in the Community Shield. His performance is being raved about, that, he looks like a proper centre forward.
But
briefly on that, not so much for the £160 million player, though, in midfield. Florian Wirtz, his performance is being criticised. What exactly happened in there? I mean, are people just maybe trolling a bit too much, or he really wasn't that great?
No, he wasn't great, let's face it. When you come for that amount of money, people are expecting a lot from you. But even if you didn't come for that amount of money, it was an academic graduate coming into the team, that performance on its own wasn't great. So, but we know the talent that he's got. And I think the whole Liverpool team is also adjusting to the 4-2-3-1. Yeah. Liverpool, for a long time, have played the 4-3-3. And even when Szoboszlai looked like the more attacking midfielder, it was still very close to the other two in the midfield. But now they need to deal with a player behind the striker, linking the two midfielders to the striker. I don't think it's only a Florian Wirtz issue. It's a whole team issue that needs to adjust to that system.
Salah himself
so even Salah himself wasn't in the game. We saw Szoboszlai also at times not necessarily or looked like it's not linked to what is happening in the system. Yeah. But obviously, when Florian Wirtz got onto the ball, we didn't see the magic and the spark that we've seen him produce when he's played for Germany or for Bayer Leverkusen in the last couple of seasons. But he's talented. I think he will come good. But it's the Premier League. If he doesn't start flourishing, the pressure will be on him, and how he deals with that would also tell us about his character.
Briefly on Ekitike.
I think he's a really good striker. We said it, that he has a high ceiling.
Yeah.
I expect that in the next couple of seasons, he will be doing what Isak was doing last season. Or he could even prove us wrong and do it this very season. Because for me, he looks like somebody who believes he is good enough to be starting games for Liverpool. And it's not just about the goals he's scoring, it's the runs he makes. He has the ability to shift defenses out of position. And as an attacking midfielder, that's why for me, I believe that it's just a matter of time before Florian Wirtz clicks. When you have players in front of you who are constantly moving the way the Liverpool front line are moving, it's just a matter of time before you start finding the passes. But for me, I'm really happy that Ekitike has taken this opportunity under his belt, because at this point, if Isak is signed, I don't think he's guaranteed a starting place in the team, because Ekitike is doing what Liverpool expect Isak to be doing for them. And I think he's taken to this league like a fish in water. It's just natural for him. And I'm happy that somebody has come from the Bundesliga and has come in and has hit the ground running. And I'm not too surprised, because Mamouche also came from the same team last season and he also hit the ground. So maybe there's something about Eintracht Frankfurt that we are not really looking at. Maybe.
They have a history of producing strikers, don't they? So we can give them that. But then the match was marred by incidents of racist abuse against Antoine Semenyo. Lots of people praising him for the way he handled it. We know that there's been some action, that the fan was arrested, the fan on the wheelchair. In fact, during the game, he was taken out of the game in itself, even before the end of the match, and then later was arrested. Premier League says the incident is being investigated. The new protocols were, of course, activated when he stopped the game, went to the captains and coaches and had a conversation. But this is ugly on the first day of the Premier League.
Yeah, it's terrible. And that's what I've said, that whichever method that the football authorities have tried to use to curb racism, it hasn't worked. They've only pretended to be doing something, but to be honest, we've seen it in La Liga. And now first time in the Premier League, like visibly, clearly, on a big day like that, the first game of the season, a big stadium like Anfield, in a team like high-profile team like Liverpool. So whatever they are doing to educate their society about human race and the respect for diversity and everything, quite clearly, it hasn't worked. So they need to maybe have a second look at how to go about it, because whatever methods they are using now is not working.
Interesting. Danny K, they say that that's a season ticket holder.
Yeah.
And that I read this thread, someone detailing who
someone
he
was
is.
seated, someone claims to have been seated close to him.
And that he does have the tendency to go overboard every now and then. But it's rather shocking, especially coming from someone that is also, or that also belongs to a minority group. This is often why it's so difficult. But I wanted to talk about the response from Antoine Semenyo. He spoke about the educational aspect of it and how all of the campaigns haven't worked. But the conduct of Semenyo, FIFA have praised him for incredible composure. We've seen so many other pundits say that he's a far better human being than any of them, because I just can't imagine this happening to Sule Muntari.
Oh, Muntari go cry. But Muntari do have to wait till he cry.
You know, cry.
No. He took off his shirt and left the game.
Oh, but when I was walking around, he was crying.
He didn't cry. He took off his shirt and walked off.
Muntari no cry before.
Yeah, he took off his shirt and walked off.
Well.
No, yeah, but credit to Semenyo.
Composure.
The thing is, human beings are different. So
Yeah.
for me, when somebody has wronged you, I'm not going to say we don't have the right to dictate how somebody behaves. But of course, when somebody behaves in an exemplary manner, you have to give them credit for that. Not to call out people who've behaved in different manners, because everybody is different. But I like the way he handled it. He just went to throw his long through like nothing had happened. But I'm happy to see that the new protocols are being put in place. They discussed it before the season started. All he had to do was to draw the attention of the referee, brief the two teams, and within minutes, the person was whistled. Now, for a season ticket holder, and I read the thread also, you can tell he's been going to Anfield since he was. Yeah. He's been revoked of basically a lifetime stadium ban. Right. He can't go to any stadium again. Not just Anfield. He can't even go within 1 mile, or I think 1 mile of a football stadium. And then that's the footballing punishment. Yeah. And we know in the UK also, when it comes to racial abuse and also, it's punishable by law. Exactly. So they've given him the football punishment, and then he's also going to face the law. For me, if we see more of these things, I genuinely think that these new protocols are a bit harsher. From a football fan's point of view, you would watch what you say if it will deny you the ability or the opportunity to go out and watch your team again. So for me, I think more of this, and I think it will serve as much more of a deterrent than the other protocols used to do.
And that's the statement from the Premier League, saying that the incident would be fully investigated. So we'll see what becomes of the outcome of that investigation. But it was really good to see the managers and captains of both teams offering him support, because Van Dijk spoke and offered his support, and Slot condemned the incident. It was universal condemnation, and that's what we like to see, except Jimmy Carragher, of course, who decided that he wasn't going to talk about that particular incident. Anyway, let's move it on. Semenyo made lots of headlines for all the right reasons, and so did Mohammed Kudus the next day, making his his Premier League debut for Tottenham Hotspur. He provided 2 assists. Bear in mind, last season, the whole of last season, Kudus made 3 assists. This season, on his first day, magical 2 assists. Take a look. Tottenham Hotspur with a thumping 3-0 victory. What a game. What a performance of Mohammed Kudus, who was understandably the star of the show. Look at those numbers. 46 touches, 2 assists. He made 2 assists from an expected assist of 0.58. Look at his dribble success rate. That is what he likes to do most, right? He completed 2 out of 3 dribbles. Accurate passes, 92%.
Very impressive.
That is incredible for a player that likes to hold on to the ball, right? Key passes. There you go, 5 in a single game. Crosses, 10. 5 completed. So these are attacking numbers that we haven't or rarely see from Mohammed Kudus. So, Sucho, watching him under Thomas Frank in this very first competitive game, is it giving us an idea of what the new direction for Mohammed Kudus is?
Possibly, except that I've seen him play twice in the last 4 days or so, or if like in the Super Cup, UEFA Super Cup, and then the manager chose 2 different systems, and in both systems he played in 2 different roles. But in this game in the Premier League, it's the very first time I think I've seen Kudus play as a proper winger, really. He played like a winger.
In fact, not to cut you, in the post-game, when they asked him about providing assists, he said, as a winger, my job is So,
yeah. It's the first time really I've seen, and I've always thought of Kudus as
and it seems he's
a player
taking it
like
on
that.
board.
Yeah, I've thought of him as a player like that. A player who in a wide area can be devastating, get around players, put in good crosses, also come in and score. If he has a very good fullback who can overlap him, he can come into the half space, into the box, and also do his own thing. But I think he embraced the role to stretch the game. If you watch the way Spurs played, he and Brendan Johnson were stretching the game. And then the players who were actually getting into the box were Beckval and Matassa. Yeah. So the job was for them to stretch that back line and then get the midfielders to rather get in and around Richarlison. Mm-hmm. And when the ball got to Mohammed Kudus, most of the time, he made the right choices. It's like he's putting the cross, he's finding the right pass, or he's beating his man, as we know him to do. So it's a dream start to life for him in front of his home fans. Of course, they would have enjoyed that. And if he can keep on racking up in these numbers, then they would be happy that is the signing they've brought in. I mean, it's not beyond him. We know his ability, we know his talent. All we want to see now is that he's able to deliver it consistently at this very high level.
And Tottenham have found a new highlight reel player.
Exactly.
Yeah. They had that one video from the weekend where Kudus is, even the Premier League posted that. You know, he's like, and that's the thing about, you know, Mohammed Kudus. Brilliant player, fantastic talent. Yet I don't want to be maybe unnecessarily critical, but you know, like the tendency to want to, you know, entertain and be, and he just says, I'm entertaining. My job is to let the fans enjoy.
Yeah. Look,
you know,
Fent.
That is a very African mentality.
It's not
look at that
African Brazilian.
No, did you hear what Richarlison said when he was having the interview with him?
Yeah, he said he's a Brazilian.
I think this guy is a Brazilian. His tricks, his dribble, like, that is him. And when you have your teammate who is a Brazilian giving you that kind of compliment, because globally, Brazilians are highly rated about their skill set. Yeah. So when another Brazilian in your own team who has played with Neymar, played with a lot of players, is telling you that he thinks that he even sees you as a Brazilian because of the skill set you've got, that is a high compliment.
Look, the bottom line is this modern day football. At the end of the day, when you do all that, the numbers matter.
Yes.
And playing at a team like Tottenham Hotspur, trust me, if Kudus had played this game and didn't get an assist in it, maybe we will talk about it, but they won't talk about it the way they were speaking about it.
Absolutely.
There was end product to it. And I think that's what I've laughed about how Thomas Frank has used him throughout preseason up till now. He's allowed to do these things high up the pitch. And they use him very well. When he drops deep, and to be frank, I don't think it's too early to say because they've played 2 competitive matches, and in all the preseason games, you can see his work ethic has improved. Yeah. He's dropping back, he's helping his fullbacks. And when he gets high up the pitch, they've created an environment for him to use his skill set, entertain, create chances. So he's not just dribbling for fun. At West Ham, they'll lose 5-0 and he's completed 13 dribbles, and here we are happy. Yeah. But over there, it doesn't mean anything. But at Tottenham Hotspur, he's creating chances. He's got 2 assists. And I hope the numbers keep racking up because that's what matters at the end of the day. That's what wins you the trophies. That's what wins you the games. And for me, he needs to keep it at that level. Goals, assists, chances created. They have to reflect in the performances that he's given.
Interesting. All right, so Tottenham Hotspur with a fantastic start to the season for them. But a team with an even better start to the season, Manchester City. Last season, of course, they didn't win the title. They had won it 4 years in a row. And many people have questions about what Man City were bringing this season. In fact, and the questions all revolve around what Man City would look like, how they would shape up this campaign. We got a glimpse of that superpower in Pep Guardiola's team over the weekend. Take a look. Top of the league, Manchester City. What a performance, especially from the new signings. Haaland scores a brace, no big deal. Haaland does what he does. Reinders on his debut does what he does. And you've got reason to think, wait a minute, what a player.
I mean, it's a quality player. AC Milan knew they were losing a very top player. Because...
And look at that performance on the screen, Sicho.
Yeah, a goal and assist. You know, very involved, 82 touches, brilliant stuff. Look at his pass accuracy, 91%. You know, he barely gives the ball away when he's on the ball. 2 key passes, got a shot on target. That was for his goal for sure. And then there you have it. So, I mean, Reinders is a very important player when he clicks. And it hasn't taken him long to click. I thought in the Club World Cup, we saw him settling in almost instantly since he came into Man City. What he gives you is a lot of physical presence in the middle of the park, a lot of energy. He can do your box-to-box job for you. Has an eye for the pass. Good thing about him is he carries the ball really well and he can dribble. And having said he has an eye for the pass, he also has very good eye for finding the back of the net. Everything he's made of was very amplified in the game against Wolverhampton Wanderers. So yeah, Pep Guardiola and City have got a very good player on their hand. If they get Rodri back in his fit and his finest rhythm, if he pairs with him, we know that is some powerhouse.
Rodri is still going to come back into this team.
Yeah. So that's some powerhouse that they've got. So on Rangers' performance alone, I think it didn't surprise me. It just confirmed the player we all knew City were getting.
Dedicate, what else did we learn about Pep's team from that performance?
Rangers my player. That's my player.
How many players do you have?
No, you know me, I scout. So when I scout, I
Anthony.
He scouted Anthony.
You want to destroy my team? I want to destroy my team.
Actually, this seemed like a weekend of new signings, except 160 million. Bye.
160 million, you don't see that guy don't try.
Because Cherki too came out the bench, scored.
Saw some touches.
You know,
No,
okay,
City,
there's another. They say,
That guy.
we are going there next, please. Dedicate. I beg you.
Okay, let's be calm. Oh, but look, Wolves are a poor team.
Yeah.
Wolves have lost quality. They are
Yeah.
poor. Wasn't too surprised with their City performance. Wasn't too surprised with the result. What I was surprised with was the starting lineup Pep went with. And I'm surprised because Pep, you can't predict what he's going to do.
Right.
Most of us thought, and based on what we saw at the Club World Cup in preseason, most of us thought Rangers was going to be like the Rodri replacement in his absence sit. But Pep went with Nico Gonzalez and gave Rangers the role that we know. Rangers is like an athletic Gundogan.
Yeah.
Yes, he gets up and down much quicker, very technically good. So when you're talking about these box-to-box midfielders, you don't really give them their technical quality on the ball, the eye for the pass. But he's really intelligent, and he fit the players in the roles or in the positions and with instructions that he knew they could go out and perform. Another player who went under the radar was Oscar Bob. I think he played a really good game.
Well.
We saw it at the start of last season. Unfortunately, he got injured.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to be a more regular feature in this Pep Guardiola team. And then you look on the bench. Cherki was on the bench. Foden. 2 seasons ago, he was the best player, in the Premier League. There's Rodri yet to come into this team.
Mamouche didn't start the game.
Mamouche didn't start the game.
They still got Gundogan on the bench.
Gundogan is still there. Like, there's still a lot of quality on that bench to come and completely change whatever Pep did on the day. So there's a lot there's a lot in this Man City Arsenal. But for me,
several other
I
levels
still
to
believe
unlock.
that they need that test is. That's why I started by saying that Wolves is they're a poor team. Nico Gonzalez, I don't trust him. And we wait to see if Rodri is still at that level when he comes back from the injury. So that's what I'm waiting for. Maybe October.
I'm going to show you 2 more games in the Premier League. The first one was a really drab 0-0 draw on Sunday between Chelsea and, of course, the Community Shield winners, Crystal Palace. After that, we will show you what went down at Old Trafford between Arsenal and Man U, and then we'll come back here and then go to our tactical board for Guinness Match Day. Take a look. All right, they say Man United are gallant losers. What a performance from them. They stepped forward on the pitch, not on the table though. They're still 15th, but there were signs of what's to come this season, positive signs, what have you. On the Arsenal side, decent performance, but also lots of question marks. And the numbers are not great. In fact, for Manchester United especially, away Premier League stars versus Man U, that is Arsenal, 6 wins, 10 draws, and 18 losses. But in terms of Mikel Arteta, there is no team that is beating more. In fact, United are the second team he's defeated the most since he took charge of Arsenal. It's crazy start. He just simply knows how to beat Manchester United. Quick thoughts on the performance. Again, from the Arsenal point of view, Gyökeres.
I'm skipping the Chelsea game to talk about.
Yeah, the Chelsea game ended 0-0. There's not much to say there. Chelsea will be back. Anyway, this is Arsenal Man United last 8 games. So you can see how very one-sided it is. Arsenal win first game, second one draw. Arsenal win third game. Arsenal win fourth game. Arsenal win fifth game. Arsenal win sixth game. United win the seventh, and Arsenal win the 8th match. So in 8 matches, Man United have only 1 win against Manchester United in the last 8 competitive games in the Premier League. That is a very one-sided affair. Does that explain why a lot of the United pundits, former ex-players are very angry that people are happy about the performance instead of, even though they lost, because Ray Keane says he doesn't understand. The standards are so low. Why are people happy about performance? They lost.
So when ex-Man United players who played in some of the most successful years or the histories of the club speak, sometimes I can understand. There is no way in their minds and hearts that they drop the level of standard. Because they've lived it. They've actually lived it.
Yeah.
But then you also have to face reality that the club they used to play for is not the same club we are watching today. It's in a phase where we have to accept where they are and the progress or otherwise that they are making. Now, if it was Man United of 10, 15 years ago, playing well without winning against Arsenal at Old Trafford means nothing. But when a team finished 15th, playing almost every game poorly, turns up on match day 1 at Old Trafford against a team that many consider as one of the favorites to win the league, and feel like they were unlucky not to walk away from the game with a point, then you can understand why some of the fans are saying the things they are saying. Because to be honest, Arsenal looked overwhelming favorites going into the game, finished highly on the table last season, brought in players that many think are going to fix the minor issues we thought they had last season. So what was there not to be afraid of from Arsenal? Yet in the game, it looked like Man United completely shut Arsenal out. And in fact, the goal that separated the two clubs was, if you ask me, down to a Man United error from Bruno Fernandes getting that, helping to concede that poor corner, to the goalkeeper not being strong enough. So you're looking at the limitation they gave to Arsenal in terms of chances created. Arsenal didn't ask a lot of questions from the goalkeeper. And Man United, in the end, I thought they should have had a penalty. The Saliba on Cunha incident should have been a pen. It wasn't given. So I understand the two sides of the coin. Those who have lived it, the die-hard Man United fans who don't want to understand their standards have dropped because they've lived it before, don't want to celebrate what looked like an improvement of what they've seen more recently. But for some others who are facing reality, they are thinking, last season was terrible. If this is how you're going to play this season, then maybe there's something to look forward to.
I mean, DK, your thoughts on that game. I thought that United have taken a few steps forward from where they ended last season. The performance, I thought, was positive. The aggression, I thought they had the right amount of aggression, except the goalkeeper, of course. But overall, I thought that United, I liked the attitude. But then, again, it ends in defeat. But are there no reasons to be positive?
Yeah. A lot of positives, and Citro has brilliantly gone through it. When you look at where the club is coming from last season, 15th place, and it wasn't 15th place where you would look at most of the games and say, oh, if they were extremely poor last season, like very poor last season. Then you look at the performance in this game, and on both sides, look, Man United stopped Arsenal from playing their game.
You talk about XG, look at that.
No, you start from the possession.
Yeah.
And a United-Arsenal game where Man United have 61% of possession, Arsenal 39%. You look at how restricted Arsenal were in terms of the chances that they could create. In fact, they hardly created anything.
United had more than double the number of shots.
Exactly. That big chance you see is Calafiori on the line. That's probably the biggest chance you can get. After buying this, I still think he was fouled.
Yeah.
But 2 two truths can exist. He was fouled, but yes, he should have been stronger. Another referee.
You thought that hit on the hand?
No.
It was
yeah, and it affects his
it does affect your movement.
So for me, it was enough to stop him from having a strong hand on the ball. But I think two truths can exist. But I think United were really good on the day. It was just the finishing that was lacking. But there are a lot of positive signs from this performance, and you can only hope that if they can repeat this a bit more consistently, then you know that the results will come. But there were also some major incidents in that game.
Right.
Poor officiating.
Penalty.
The clearest penalty I've seen in my lifetime on Mateusz Cunha. Clearest penalty I've seen in my lifetime. He was hacked down, literally hacked down by Saliba. I don't understand how VR doesn't see that and call the referee to look at it. Hacked down. Look.
That's a penalty.
That's a penalty.
That's Saliba touched the ball.
Tackle from behind, goes into his left leg, doesn't win the
It's
ball.
a clean foul.
It's clumsy.
I mean, it's a terrible decision.
He goes through Mateusz Cunha, doesn't get the ball, fouls him, and VR looks at this once and says, it's not a foul. If this thing happens anywhere else on the pitch, it's a clean foul. So I don't get, are there new rules this season?
Yeah.
Or something is, the definition of a foul has been changed? And you see, I understand that the referee on the day, is it Hooper or Simon Hooper, has this reputation of being lenient and allowing the game to flow. But in the first half, you see, when teams structure their tactical plans, they set traps for certain players.
Right.
And when I set the trap for you and you fall inside, it is up to the official to do his job. That Dalot threw ball into Bruno Fernandes,
Right.
who was through on goal, jumped to bring the ball down, and was shoved in the air by Zubimendi. Zubimendi escaped with no yellow card. In fact, if the Premier League say they want to apply the rule to the letter, as they were doing this game week, they know how to apply the rules. That's a last man tackle.
Right.
Is that not a last man tackle? If Zubimendi doesn't touch Bruno, he brings the ball down, he's through on goal. And he was far away from the rest of the back line. So if we are applying the rules to the letter, that's a red card. But because it doesn't look like violent play, last man tackle is last man tackle. And he escaped without a yellow card. Made a couple more fouls.
And still stayed.
It's
like the La Liga match.
Okay.
Like Rafinha.
You see, it's a problem. And sometimes I feel like, genuinely, is this theory I have, Fent.
You have to stand up to make that point.
No, because I'm going there.
We'll go for a break before you go there, don't worry.
I should wait.
Yes.
Okay. But have you noticed that? When you are shying,
everything works against
everything will work against you. But when you are doing well,
everything works in your favor.
That's right.
I think that is the English expression for that is that you make your own luck.
Yeah.
When they say you make your own luck, it means that your fruit do your piano. Or no, your piano. So that's literally what encapsulates it. It's coming up to 10 p.m. here. We're going to take a short break. We've given you uninterrupted 1 hour of Premier League analysis. When we come back, Danny K is going to the screen. He's picked up some tactical plays from the game between Arsenal and Man United that he wants to show out. Karim will also be here with Ghanaian players abroad. And then, of course, we've still got La Liga and some athletics to show you. Do stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Sports Zone. We're on the last 30 minutes of the show here. Thank you for staying with us. I've got lots of your messages that have come to. I will start with Twitter or X, where you've left me messages with the hashtag Sports Zone. So I'm going to read a couple of them, then I'll go on to WhatsApp. I always say I'll read messages from X, and then I never do. Today, I am going to do that. I've got this message here from Suke Raj. Suke says, I'm very pleased with Man United's performance against Arsenal yesterday. Even though the result didn't go our way, the boys played really well. The next step is to keep that consistency, maintain the same tempo, and the wins will surely follow. This one from Kojo Mark says, the penalty incident pained Danny K. Okay. This one says, this is from Wofake, Nana Kweku. He says, I like how Danny K described Zubimendi's challenge on Bruno as a red card. But why didn't you talk about Mbeumo's tackle on Zubimendi, which should have also been a red card in the first half? So asking for a bit of consistency from Danny K there. Lot more messages here. This one says, good evening to you guys. Although Kudus had a fantastic game, you guys have to give credit to Richarlison. He was unplayable. Agreed. Bayon Zakariau from Ngemengu in Wa says, good evening, Joy Prime. Greetings to the good people of the Upper West region, most especially my lovely queen, Lat, and the entire KB family. Barcelona is winning La Liga again, Insha Allah. He says, Nana Kwesi says, Richarlison has been asking Kudus where Kudus has been all these years because he's going to make him one of the best players ever. Interesting message. This one is from PK in Tema Community 7. PK says, Fen, I'm not happy with you at all. I heard you going hard on the GFA last Wednesday on Joy FM and after their Congress. But when the General Secretary was before you on Friday, you were just laughing with him. I noticed how he struggled to answer the question, what is the 3-year term? What will the 3-year term cure? Man, when train the next time, PK, okay, noted. Thank you. Good evening, sportsmen. You guys keep me glued to Joy Prime every Monday. Good job, guys. Congratulations to my club, Arsenal, for beating Man United. It's become normal nowadays, just one corner, and it's a goal, even when Arsenal did not play well. This is a message from Prosper. Prosper says, good evening, Fen. Amorim, no. He must know football is about results, not how beautiful you play. He must focus on the result, otherwise his days are numbered. My darling club, Chelsea, will come good in the Premier League. The league is a marathon, not a sprint. Against 4, should relax. Greetings to Danny K. This message says, good evening, guys. Keep up the good work. Danny, what happened to United? I'm Sule, watching you from Tambakunda. Adams from OUB says, good evening, Mr. Tahiru and your fantastic crew. Yesterday, I had an opportunity to watch Hearts of Oak and Hearts of Lions. Please, I want your knowledgeable crew to educate us about the pitch, whether we don't have to expect to maintain the pitch to be standard or to be FIFA standard or the grass is outmoded. It's shameful watching local football or the Africa. It says it's shameful watching local football. All the African countries we are comparing ourselves to have moved on from this kind of pitches to the modern pitches, thanks to your good work as well. All right. Ramsey in Tamale says, good evening, guys. Imagine Antoine Semenyo is renamed Antoine Semenyo. He walks into any of the top 6 teams in the Premier League with cheeky ease, he says. One more here, sir. Aram from Pando says, hi, guys. You guys are truly the best sports analysts. It's just an open day game. Chelsea will surely win the league. Interesting. And this one says, I love what you guys do. I watch you guys always. James from Adenta ST. I'll read more messages later. We still need to do the Barcelona game, so I need you to do this quickly for me.
Yes. Do you know something?
Yes.
You like athletics.
Papa.
You like athletics. Sicho likes athletics.
Yes.
So the question is, if Semenyo uses 7 seconds to cover a space of 52.4 meters, how many seconds will he need to run 100
That's
meters?
not athletics, that's mathematics.
I shock.
See, to answer the question for us.
I shock.
Sicho does, he knows maths well.
Story this one, what do you got to answer?
Problem.
It's logical reasoning.
Logical reasoning. No, yes, yeah.
Karim, let's
So
go.
no one is...
I'm managing time here.
Okay.
What have you got
So
for
what I'm saying is that the goal Semenyo scored, that is against the second one, of course, I'm talking about. That is, he covered a space of 52.4 meters to score that goal. And if you are looking at it from 2021, the 2021-22 season, up to this point, that is the third highest a player has carried the ball long before scoring.
Third longest carry.
Yes.
Ball carry.
Carrying the ball.
Goal.
Yes.
Which ended up in a goal.
Which ended up in a goal, actually. So the other two are also from Elanga and Taiwo Awoniyi. All of them were Nottingham Forest players. Also, all those goals came against Man United. So if you're looking at Semenyo and the ability to carry the ball, it's just incredible. And looking at it, he has played against Liverpool 6 times now. And before the Friday game, that was his 5th game before the Friday game. And he scored only once against them. Now it means that every 2 games he has played against Liverpool, he's scoring a goal. And Kudus too, let me just touch a bit on him. The game he has played against Burnley for Tottenham, in that game he created 5 chances, you showed that. And in the Premier League this weekend, that is the highest any player has done. And he's also the only player to create 2 assists in the Premier League this weekend. Now, I'm just going to touch on some key players and give you some time. Then, a debutant for that is Kojo Opon. He plays for Nice. He joined them this summer. And in their game against Toulouse, he stood out for them, but unfortunately, they considered a late goal and lost. But he won all the tackles he attempted in that game. Then, another player, Ebenezer Annan, he plays for Saint-Etienne. He moved there this summer as well. Then in the game they played, he won all the tackles he attempted and was the most fouled player as well. He played in that game alongside Augustin Boachi, who was with them in Liga but got injured and they got relegated. In that game, he provided 2 assists as well. Then if you are looking at this season, in two League 2 games, he has provided 3 assists and scored 1 goal. It means that if they are going to get promoted, is going to be key for them. Then Ragnar Archie, he came off the bench and played 60 minutes for FC Cologne. Last season, I've been speaking a lot about him. Now he's going to play in the Bundesliga. And before the last 2 seasons, he has scored 34 goals in the Bundesliga too. And now he has joined FC Cologne and came off the bench to provide 2 assists for them. And they won their first round German Cup game. I'm just going to mention some names of Ghanaian players.
Didn't my player to come off to score this week?
Yes, actually. So if he was going to be on the team, that was a position he would have occupied all the flanks. And we see what Kudus and Semenyo have done, and he has also provided 2 assists in the 95th and 96th minute to get his team. So I'm just mentioning names of players that have provided assists or scored goals this weekend for Ghanaian players' assists. So Kudus, 2 assists, Semenyo, 2 goals, then Joseph Pencil, 1 goal he scored against Inter Miami, that is for LA Galaxy. Then Thomas Asante plays for Coventry City, he scored for them. Then Ibrahim Sadiq plays for AZ Alkmaar, he also scored a goal. Then Ibrahim Osman provided an assist for Ijogze on his Ligue 1 debut. And then on his offer, as you just mentioned, he scored the winning goal for Hamburger after his move to Nice. Reportedly collapsed. Then Augustin Boachi, 2 assists. Then Benjamin Teti also scored 2 goals. Then Enes Ejri also scored 2 goals. Then Michael Amiao scored 1 goal. Then Baba Hassan provided 1 assist. Lawrence Ajekum in midfield with Elisha Owusu. He also provided an assist for Cercle Brugge, and they won their first league game. So the list is continued.
What a weekend.
Yeah.
What a weekend for Ghanaian players. Charlie, a lot of action. Thank you very much, Karim, for that.
Gives Otto Addos a lot to think about.
I'm telling you, bro. Yeah. I'm telling you. I'm going to take you to Spain. Barcelona opened their title defense with victory over Osasuna. Take a look at the highlights. So those are the highlights. The first goal. There was controversy around this goal. The ball went out of play before Lamine Yamal brought it back in. But what an assist for Rafinha, continuing from where he left off last season.
Yeah. I mean, these goals had controversies around.
Then there's this one. Shouldn't that be a foul?
No, it shouldn't be. The referee has to stop the play. The referee determines what the head.
Yes, it's head injury, right?
Everything happens so quickly.
Okay, so not a foul, but head injury.
The player goes down, referee has to stop the
Too
game.
quick. There was enough time for him to stop it.
No, but the referee doesn't stop it.
In fact,
at that point.
didn't the
what is the
Osasuna
referee
players
doing?
stop playing momentarily?
Why did they stop?
It looked like they paused a little.
When the ball hit him, he stumbled. It was actually looking.
I get it.
So you stop it. There was enough.
The
time
referee
for him
should
to
have
stop.
stopped the game. The referee didn't stop it, and the Barcelona players had it. I mean, they had it in their right to go on and play, and they went to the score. I understand that it's bizarre in the way everything happened because when it's a head injury, the game has to be stopped, concussion and everything. But it wasn't. Players didn't play to the whistle. Barca took full advantage of that.
Yeah, so Mallorca, obviously not happy because they got a man sent off, and then Lamine Yamal in the 93rd or 94th minute comes up with another fantastic dedication. This game was not without controversy. That's the red card. Then Rafinha gets a yellow card for that very high two-footed tackle, and people are thinking, what's going on here? Is that...
That was a second yellow card. So
Yeah.
That makes sense. I think that was right. But the referee was very funny in this game. Some of the decisions were very funny. For me, that is in the protocols. Once a player goes down from a head injury, that's a foul. This obviously is a red card because it starts to face. So it makes sense to me, red card. But you just need to keep some consistency with some of these decisions because then when you don't, it starts to look very suspicious. This was a clear red card. Starts to face. Keeper is well within his right to come out and claim the ball. Comes with his head. And it reminds me of the Sadio Mane incident a couple of seasons ago. So that's a clear red card. But for me, it's that second goal that really disturbs me because there was well enough time. And in fact, if you watch the replay again, he put the whistle to his mouth as the game was, it's like he was thinking about it and then just decided not to, and then Barcelona score. And once the ball touches the back of the net, there's nothing the referee can do again because it's in the rules. So,
I mean...
this was, look, he puts the whistle to his mouth.
Exactly.
Watches
it's
it
like he almost wanted to stop the play. Because look at it again. The player is down now at this point.
Then he puts his
Mallorca
whistle.
players are sort of standing by.
They are playing. Where are they standing?
I mean,
They
I'm
just
looking
couldn't
at
clear their
other
mind.
players around. I don't...
Look, I understand. The referee should have blown the whistle. The referee got it wrong. But you play to the whistle.
True.
Once the whistle is not gone, Barcelona players have to play. So it's a bizarre situation and scenario, but in the end, you have to listen and play to the whistle.
All right. So Barcelona winning against Naiman Mallorca. Mallorca had 2 players sent off. So that's it. 3-0 victory on opening day. This is... How is this a yellow card? I mean, this should be a straight red card, no?
I don't think it should be a red card.
What?
I don't think it should be a red card. Again, the picture as it is, doesn't tell the true story. I even think Rafinha, maybe he mistimed it. A yellow card is fair. If you play the video again, if you've got a video, play it again. Look at Rafinha as he's going for the ball. Right there. Like, the guy is spinning around him and he brings him down. The foot's not high to the knee, it's not high to the shin. It's not a red card. I don't think so. It's not like it's but I get the reaction because Mallorca have got 2 players sent off and all of that.
Yeah. We're gonna wrap up with this. So obviously, Thomas Partey also made his debut for Villarreal. They won by 2-0. Real Madrid are in action on Tuesday. So we'll see what becomes of that. Wow. But everybody says that World Championship is a few weeks away now. Everybody says Ghana's baton change, some way. So the boys have gathered in Texas. They are practicing the baton change. You've seen the video, But I watched the video and I said, look at that. Oh my God. Charlie. This one is ta-ta-ta.
Easy.
Pamela, give it sound.
Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like must have on a game, but you can't fake influence. Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like
oh, Charlie, this is going to go. They go. So Tokyo, no? You go on. Yeah.
Podium, quick.
Thank you very much. Anyway, so guys, that's our show for tonight.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful. Premier League back.
Let me say big shout outs to Engineer Kwesi.
Please go ahead.
Engineer Kwesi Boateng is doing the watching, so massive shout outs to him.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Engineer, you spotted it.
Yeah.
You spotted it.
Yay! Charlie, shout outs to a free aqua, Ajiman Bedu, Prince Tego, Kamenku.
The Bogwe crew.
Class of 2014.
Yesterday we hung out. Especially
I saw that.
Aqua.
If they like argument
I
pass.
saw your the Bogbe something. Yeah, great.
All right, guys, that's our show this evening. Thank you very much. We're back again next Monday with another edition. Show proudly brought to you by Game and Guinness. Game energy drink and Guinness. We're back again next Monday. Until then, you take care of yourself and bye-bye.